So, James, why did you come?
I came here to kill you.
And I thought you came here to die.
Well, it's all a matter of perspective.
Oh my. Bond is back, and there's a brand new bad guy joining us with his reviews, our equally dashing film critic Richard Crouse, decked out in a tux.
James Bond tux.
Crouse, Richard Crouse.
That's right, that's right. Spectre is the name of the movie. It's the 24th officially sanctioned James Bond movie. And, you know, James Bond over those 24 movies has been a killer, he's been a clown, he's been a sinner, a saint, a lover. In this movie, he's all those things and more. This is kind of like a greatest hits of all the James Bond movies, kind of crammed into 2.5 hours.
Does Daniel Craig pull it off?
He does. This is a really fun movie. I don't think it's one of the great James Bond movies, but 2.5 hours flies by like that. And in the first few minutes of the movie, probably in the first 5 minutes of the movie, there's 4 lines of dialogue. There is a scene that has thousands of extras in Mexico City in the Day of the Dead festival. There's a helicopter chase and an entire city block blows up. And that's the first 4 minutes before there's really been any lines of dialogue at all. So that gives you an idea of sort of what you're in store for here. Christoph Waltz is the new bad guy. I wanted a little bit more from him. If you remember him in Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, yeah, he was fantastic.
That opening scene with him, you know, sort of negotiating with the farmer is one of the great tense bad guy scenes on film ever.
He plays a good bad guy.
I wanted more than that. I wanted more of that here, and we don't really get it. But what we do get is some amazing scenery, and I don't mean, you know, James Bond's Tom Ford tuxes or Monica Bellucci's jewels. This is a globe-trotting movie that takes us all around the world. The scenery is amazing. The set pieces are great. The action is there. It's a 4-star movie for me. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great. Okay, 4 stars. To the Peanuts movie now. A lot of people have been waiting for this one.
Well, I wasn't sure if kids really knew who the Peanuts were, and we were just talking before the camera switched on, and you were saying, well, it's nostalgic parents that are telling
like
their kids.
me, like my husband, who have introduced our kids to the Peanuts, because we grew up with the Peanuts.
Absolutely, and the specials are still on at, you know, Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So the herky-jerky animation of the television animated, you know, shows are gone now, and this is computer generated. And at first I was like, is it going to be too slick? It takes away some of the charm. And then, you know, 10 minutes into the movie, you realize that everything that you ever loved about Charlie Brown is here. The story isn't that complicated. The little red-haired girl moves in across the street, and Charlie Brown, who's been having a tough time because he can't kick a football, his kite always gets caught in the tree, kids at school laugh at him, think, maybe, you know, maybe she'll like me because she doesn't know about all my past failures. So he tries to impress her, and in the end learns the lesson that, you know, popularity comes from many different sources, and you don't have to try so hard to be popular. It's a very simple thing, but these stories were always more about heart than they are about the actual story.
You're right.
And that is on display in spades here. This is a movie that nails the feeling and the sort of the tone of the Charles M. Schultz things. It's going to please parents and kids. 3.
3. Let's quickly get to Toni Collette and Drew Barrymore, shall we?
There are 2 hanky movies, and then there are 3 hanky movies, and then there are movies that require more extreme action, and this is one of them. This one will make you cry. It's a tearjerker that will make you cry. I would suggest bringing an absorbent towel to wrap around your neck.
Goodness.
It's the story of 2 best friends since childhood, played by Drew Barrymore and Toni Collette. And when Toni Collette's character is diagnosed with cancer, it becomes the story about how you deal with someone with terminal cancer. This is a movie that is both depressing and uplifting at the same time, but has a lot more going on than you might suggest. It's funnier than you think it's going to be. It's warmer than you think it's going to be. Good chemistry between the 2 main actors. It's a 3.5-star movie for me.
Great weekend at the box office.
It's not a bad weekend. At the box office, James Bond is going to steamroll over everybody.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be big all around, I think.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You look great.
Thank you.
You'll find all of Richard's reviews on our website, canadaam.ctvnews.ca.